right, ladies and gentlemen, those are the headlines, and let's begin by putting the spotlight on Boba Bhai, a boba tea and Korean food brand that has raised 30 crores recently in its Series A funding round. The round saw participation from Titan Capital, Winners Fund, Global Growth Capital, DEVC, and of course the company's existing investors. In fact, previously the restaurant chain raised 12.5 crores in seed funding that was led by Titan Capital and Global Growth Capital UK. The company was founded in 2023 and has since then rapidly scaled its operations across several cities in the country, including Bengaluru, Delhi, Chennai, Gurugram, amongst others. But how does the company really now intend at deploying this funding? To discuss that and more, I'm now joined by a guest who's joining us this evening, Dhruv Kohli, who's the founder and CEO of the company. Thank you very much, Dhruv, for joining us here on Startup Central.
My pleasure. Glad to be here.
First things first, help us understand how are you going to be using this 30 crore funding? How do you plan to deploy this fundraise, and any specific growth verticals that you're going to be focusing on? Any particular arm of your company that you're looking at strengthening?
Definitely, we'll be looking to add a lot more stores, expanding our retail footprint. Currently, we're at 42 stores, and we'll be looking to add another 100 odd stores in this year, right? And expanding in malls, tech parks, and various real estate locations, and specifically airports as well. And of course, the new product launches. For example, we just launching Korean ice creams, which are in pilot stage, and we'll be taking that live, across pan India. So there's a lot of product innovation, hiring the right talent, and of course, expanding our retail footprint will be the main reason for this fundraising.
All right. So, Dhruv, you said that you're present in, you have about 42 stores, and of course, you're present in various geographies in the country for a brand that started only in 2023. That's an excellent growth trajectory. But why don't you tell us a bit about your brand, and of course, what is it that you're offering, and how is it different from what's already available in the market?
See, a lot of players who are doing bubble tea in India, like, they either were doing the imports from Taiwan and making it very authentic. What we started doing was that we said, like, hey, if we want to build a brand of bubble tea brand has to build from India for the world, right? And as opposed to importing, we start manufacturing everything in India. So everything is produced in India, manufactured in India. The flavors are, in fact, customized according to Indian taste palette. And of course, addition of that Korean Indian cuisine that we brought in, and, tapping into right audience, like, Gen Z and millennials. And of course, I would say the background of our team, like, most of my team comes from the QSR background. We have built, sold, scaled QSR companies before. So a lot of wealth of knowledge is there in building this. And, I would say the right timing to enter the market was the perfect choice for us.
Okay, so you are present in locations like Pune and Ahmedabad as well, besides operating in cities like Gurugram, Delhi, Bengaluru, etc. Give us some details as to what are the kind of consumption patterns that you're seeing in Tier 2, Tier 3 towns and cities, if you're present in those towns and cities, and where do you really see growth coming in for your company? Is it Tier 1 towns, or is it going to be Tier 2 and 3?
See, we are launching very recently in Pune and Ahmedabad, but we are already present in Udaipur. Like, we've been in Udaipur, which is almost close to a year, and growth in Udaipur has been phenomenal, right? Like, I can tell you that the average sales per outlet for a city like Udaipur is similar to what we are doing in Bangalore, and the rental cost, employee cost is much more lesser in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. So these stores are also making the top line and the bottom line as well. So we really think, there's a huge future in Tier 2 and Tier 3 of India, and that's why we are proceeding towards the Tier 2 and Tier 3. But, we are already present in top 6 cities in India, and, goal now is that to go deeper into India, Tier 2, Tier 3, and build top line and bottom line both.
Okay, so top line and bottom line both, and of course you're planning that more venturing more into Tier 2 and 3 cities, of course, besides remaining focused on Tier 1 cities as well. But Dhruv, you started operations, like I said, in 2023 itself. By when are you looking at company-wide profitability?
See, we already profitable at the store level. Every single of the store is profitable, and company as well.
Okay.
Like if we are aiming for the company level profitability in next 6 to 8 months, like most of our expenses currently going on R&D, and hiring a couple of right guys, senior leadership team members. But apart from that, at CM3 level, we are positive. We're already showing that strong returns to our investors. And I think in the next 6 to 8 months, will be company profitable, PAT positive as a business.
Over the next 6 to 8 months is what you're looking at becoming profitable. But do give us an insight into the kind of growth that you're looking for the company. You started in 2023. I'm again repeating that. And you have ambitious plans of course, store expansion, of being profitable over the next 8 to 10 months. But what are the kind of growth credentials, growth prospects that you see for the company, and in particular, in this particular segment? Because remember, you're of course competing not just with coffee chains, but chains like Chayos as well, and of course all sorts of these new restaurant offerings, new formats that are coming up, and that's highly crowded.
Exactly, and the thing is that the beauty about us is that we are building a model, we're bringing some Western model to India where we are capitalizing the real estate. We are not opening the huge stores, right? Our stores are much more compact, so real estate cost gets saved. That's why the saving gets passed on to the customers. And currently, as of today, we are doing about 80,000 orders a month. And the goal is that can we scale this about nearly 10x from here at the end of this year, right? Can we do about 800,000 orders a month? And with the infrastructure and the economy that India is having, and if you see that of course there are chains who are into coffee or tea category, but India hasn't seen a witness in the cold beverage category as of today, right? We have so many options in the hot beverage category. And as a country, we are moving towards a tropical climate. Like we are witnessing more summers than winters, right? And so it's a perfect time to launch a cold beverage brand. And then, we haven't had innovation apart from soft drinks and juices. And Boba tea is a brand, Boba tea is a category that can be customized as per the user. Customers can choose their level of sugar, toppings, and that's what Gen Z and millennials love. And we are building for that, which is about massive amount of population in India.
All right. And Dhruv, thank you very much for your insights and, of course, all, the perspectives that you have as far as the growth trajectory of the company is concerned. But very, very interesting perspective coming from you that climate change is, of course, a global phenomena. And that's something that you're looking at perhaps capitalizing on in terms of your cold drink offerings and, of course, diversifying this entire category. Thank you very much once again for joining us this evening on ET Now.
Thank you. Thank you.